And a good evening on this Friday, the 6th of March, 2026. Welcome to my liminal space on the World Wide Web as I sit here with a glass of Coke Zero. I've finished my dinner for the evening. It's Pizza Friday. Did a very light nap because I have been awake since like 3 a.m. this morning. Um, had a productive day at work. Really light day, all things considered, but was still very tired at home. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Um, and I wanted to play sort of Vermillion. Now, this is a game that I had um, back in the day. I got it in, I can't remember exactly when. I want to say around Thanksgiving time of 1990. Probably just before. I was supposed to go to Texas during Thanksgiving, I think, to go see my mother. I was still living in Kentucky at the time. Or maybe I wasn't going to Texas at that time. I don't know. I was supposed to take a trip. Ended up not being able to go because there was a big winter storm. And so we canceled the trip. And I stayed home, played video games, and ended up beating sort of Vermillion. But I feel like I bought it on a trip in Texas at the Toys R Us in White Settlement near Fort Worth. I may be wrong about this, though. I may be misremembering things. Now, I did really like this game when it came out. The graphics were cool. A lot of things about it were really cool. But I did a quick bit of playing last night, and whoo boy, this is a difficult one. Both in terms of just the gameplay and the slowness factor. But what an opening screen, right? Now, I'm going to say this. Something about this game that I love, even now, to this day, is the music. As much as I love the music in Phantasy Star 2, as much as I love the music, oh, sorry, as much as I love the music in Ghouls and Ghosts, Mystic Defender, some of those early Genesis games, this soundtrack is banging. It's so good. I love the song in the starting town. So I started playing this a few years ago. As you can see, I named a character Ass. I was probably drunk that night, back in my drinking days. But when I first played this game is, interestingly enough, in 2018. Is this collection really that old? I guess it is. So I started... This is one of the reasons why I kind of like naming my characters on the dates that I start. So I would have started this on June 15th, 2018, and didn't touch it again until last night, March 5th of 2026. Um, and while I was playing, I was just like, wow, this is really hard to play. So let's get ready. One thing is the movement of the characters is really slow. And our main character here, aside from his kind of weird blue haircut, has this kind of blue kiss makeup on his face, which was not something I noticed before. I mean, playing on a CRT. But here on a giant, HD TV, you notice it. So, and this is one of those games that has a menu that is like the original Dragon Quest, where you open it up, you have the option to talk, you have the option to open, seek, take, all this kind of stuff. And it just slows the game down. So am I going to play through this and beat it again like I am doing Phantasy Star 4? Nope. I've done it before. This game has a pretty cool ending. But listen to this. This is the music in the first town where you start off and you find out that your father is not really your father and he's dead, and you find out that you're a prince. I like how these people are just walking in place. I just came back with this ring. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the ring. I mean, I can't equip it. But gosh, I love this music. So good. So good. I think this is where my dad is buried. I'm gonna talk to people here because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now that I found this ring. Okay, so I'm supposed to take care of it. I have... I sped that up last night, I thought. Okay. To Parma. Maybe like Palma. I seem to remember that the first time I played this. I was like, oh, Palma? Parma? Okay. I think I'm ready to go to Parma now. Let's see if I can make it. This game has a unique battle system. So, oh, my HP hasn't been refilled. It's pretty easy to get killed as soon as you load into... Damn it. Like, there's no way to avoid getting hit there. And it's one of the huge flaws in this game, especially when you first start out, because you get touched like 3 times and you're dead. So I don't think, because I saved my game last night, I don't think the church heals your HP. Let's see. Oh, you know what I have to do? I've got to go stay at the inn. So when you save your game, it don't do nothing. There's the inn. Here we go. I like this. Boyo Yon? Boyo Yon? Somebody tell me if Boyo Yon means something slang in Japanese, because if it does, I don't know it. Kims are your money. And whenever you die, you lose a certain portion of your money. Very similar to Dragon Quest. So then you have to turn, and then you turn again. It's tank controls when you're navigating through these spaces. So you have to really push down on the button, at least on the PlayStation version that I'm playing here. You really have to push down on the button to quote-unquote swing your sword. Now the reason I'm running away from those guys is that there's just too many of them, and they'll take out all of my health. Like this. So, ugh. I do like the sound effects. Okay, so we got those. And this is pretty much the variety that you see in the world map. I don't think it changes much beyond this. Like those yellow blocks might turn into white stones later. But that's it. This is your world map. And it's not like a full map yet, actually. Somebody has to give you a map, because if you don't have it, you don't see that screen up there. So you can see I just got hit a couple of times because I didn't start moving right away. Now there might be a chest here. It's another thing you don't know. Ugh. You know, it's kind of got... I never played the Ease games, so yeah, there was no chest there. Let's see if there's one down here. Nope. I've never played the East games, but I think that probably the battle system is a little bit similar. And enemies move around really chaotically. So these guys take, I think, 3 hits right now. And this is like the town music, which is very cheerful. I wonder if Bo did the music for this. I'm just gonna let the music play for a bit. Nice music. Great town music. There's also village music that I can't remember how it goes, but I want to try to find a village because that music is actually my favorite in this game. It's so good. Holy crap, everything is super expensive. As an example, I have $149 right now. Enemies don't give a lot of money. They have a fortune teller that sort of tells you where to go if you're lost. I wonder if there's any good armor or anything. It's probably crazy expensive. Well, duh. See, this guy has kiss makeup too. And he's scratching himself. So I can't afford any of this crap. And won't be able to for a while. Let's see if we can at least check out a boss fight. The boss fights in this game too are really weird. Because they take place from this really strange side view. They looked great on the back of the box, but they're really awkward to fight. But when you look at a still image of it, oh man, it's a game seller. Or it was for me. Nostin, I think this is like the main bad guy. Alright. Save my game. I also like how it just has a stop selection. Stop just means back. Alright, let's go see the king. I don't think we fight him. I always get sleepy and yawn a lot when I'm playing these games. Like I said, I love the music. Let's let this play for a little bit. Alright, so we'll have our first boss fight in that cave. We'll need to go buy some candles to light the cave. When it would really be nice to be spending our money on armor and stuff. So we'll go here, and I don't even know if I have money for candles. Alright. So I'll get a lantern. If I can afford it. I can. And I don't know what a gnome stone does. You know, there's no description for these. You needed the instruction book. If there's one thing, does this... Can you... So wait, full screen, save, load, eject. You know, it seems like they would have like the online instruction books. Let's play on the TV now. I don't like looking at the TV. Wait, let's see something. Oops. Ugh. Yeah, you still see the blue face. I mean, maybe if I turned on scan lines. I feel like there's gotta be instructions for the games on here somewhere. I don't know. Alright, let's see if we can find this cave. See? Ah! It's like 13 hit points. Okay, fine. I'm just trying to get some more XP. Just turning around is so slow. A game like this does not need tank controls. And you just bump into somebody. I'm almost down to half my HP. And man, are there some... Random encounters here are rough. Okay. So I don't have a map of this place yet. Oh, but I have one here. Oh god. Those guys will kill me fast. One step, Jesus. And there's just no rhyme or reason to how the enemies act. I better go back and heal. Okay, that wasn't too bad. See, I just like I automatically push right to move right, and then I turn around when that's not what I want to do. Now, how much money do I have? 153. See, like I barely have any money, and now I need to. So this will probably be $15 or $20. Oh, well, lower than I thought. And when you're in this point of view, you don't have tank controls. It's normal. So the gameplay is just kind of all over the place. It's such a weird game. These encounters, man. Holy crap, I'm already down to 39? I mean, I know my armor sucks, but... Okay, well, that's good. I'm up to level 3 now. So I've got 93 hit points. That's a pretty big jump, to be fair. Maybe there's a treasure chest down here. Or maybe it's that cave way down south that's near where I started out in the game. Wow, I made it out without getting hit. Okay, so treasure chest. And so these aren't marked on your map. You just have to kind of randomly check it out. So here's another thing. I open it, and then it says there's a candle inside. Okay, great. Did I get the candle? No. I have to take the candle. So, just another unnecessary step. Don't want to turn around. Every time you turn around, you're literally just asking for a potential enemy encounter. Awesome. want to try to kill all these guys. So I'm actually taking a little bit of a break because I was watching Red Letter Media, the Wheel of the Worst episode, and they finally got Mr. T's Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool. And I saw that movie almost 20 years ago, actually. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Holy crap! These guys are fast. I remember I was talking to somebody when I lived in Los Angeles. I was talking to somebody at work, and he was telling me about this movie, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have a copy of it on video," because they knew that I really liked bad movies. And so we watched it at work. 100, that's not too bad. We watched it at work, I think, during one of our lunch breaks, and it is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. There's music in it, and the music is done by Ice-T before he was like a gangster rapper. And, you know, there's a song about treating your mother right and, you know, not being in gangs and stuff like this. It's the songs are really bad, and Mr. T is doing this sort of quasi-rap over them. And, you know, it's a video that's made for kids, and it's supposed to, you know, give you advice on being good and, like, doing cool things. But, wow, it's just utterly amazing how bad it is. And so it's kind of fun watching other people react to this movie, because it reminds me of when I first watched it all those years ago, and just how flabbergasted I was that, like, oh my god, this is real. That job was interesting. I met some fascinating people there. I learned what Gotse was at that job. I learned what Lemon Party was at that job. It was something else. I'll never forget one of my coworkers coming up to me and telling me, he's like, "Hey man, have you heard of Lemon Party?" And I'm like, "Lemon Party?" And he's like, "It's the new Gotse." And I thought he was joking. And he was like, "Yeah, go check out lemonparty.org. Now, I don't know if that still exists. I haven't been to that website in years. But if you're not familiar with what Lemon Party was, can I afford the large shield? Okay, no. So this should help me a little bit. Small shield. Okay, well that's something. So if you don't know what Lemon Party is, it literally was just a photo of like these three old guys, maybe four, but I think it was three, pretty much engaged in a threesome. Um, and there's like a guy sucking another guy, and I don't know, something. It's really it was graphic and very funny, and something that I was not expecting to see, although I should have known better because this guy was kind of infamous for, knowing about dirty stuff. He was kind of amusingly sexist as well. Not that sexism is very amusing, but the way he did it was. I mean, he was friendly with a lot of the girls that we worked with, but he was just also a really crass guy, and I think we all kind of loved him for it. I don't know how he got away with it, but it was part of his charm. So okay, I feel like I can bump into people a little bit more now. So that's good. I can be a little bit more reckless. And actually, if you watch, I believe it's the first episode of Archer. If you're an Archer person, which I am, I love Archer. There is a reference to Lemon Party. I think in the very first episode, or at least the second. God, the fighting in this game really sucks. I hate to say it, but it does. It's terrible combat. So in the first episode, like the one Russian guy, he's talking to his boss, and the boss says something like, "Oh, it's going to be a real party," and the minion guy goes, "More like a lemon party," and then it cuts to this quick shot of like three old guys in bed, kind of screwing around. There's no nudity in it, but I just remember thinking at the time, I was like, "Holy crap! Did they just reference Lemon Party?" And in my brain, I thought there's going to be like 10 people out there who get that reference. But yeah, it was brilliant. Okay, I can almost afford bronze armor now. But I probably want to wait for that. Oh, I hear the loud kids outside. There's these loud kids in my condo that drive me nuts. They always go running and screaming up and down the hallway. So I can hear them outside right now. Speaking of condos, I'm so mad because I looked at a condo last weekend that is exactly what I want. Like it's just perfect. And the landlord won't rent it to me because I am a single guy and they want families. And I'm like, really? So they won't rent it to me. And it's actually being rented right now by one of my coworkers who's moving in June, which is when my lease is up. So it would have been perfect. Like it's just so perfect for me to move in. But the landlord is an ass and won't accept me. So I'm like, okay, fine. I found another apartment in the same condo because I really like this condo. It's close to my job. It's very spacious. Um, there's just a lot of great things about it. Is this the cave? I really don't want to go in here and spend one of my candles. Or my lantern. Oh, we'll do it. I wonder if there's a treasure chest up there in that corner. Something that I don't miss are like all these random battles with just like weak enemies. So anyway, I called my realtor yesterday and I'm like, hey, I found this apartment online. Let's try to get this one now. But it's already been rented out, so that's not going to happen. So I'm still going to look more in that building. I mean, I still have a few months before June, but you know, time goes fast. I think this is the chest that I opened last night, but I didn't hit take. $50. Wow. So I have 428. Wasn't there better armor that I could buy? I think so. What armor do I have? It doesn't say. Okay, I have leather armor. I think I can go buy the bronze armor. Gosh, there's so much moving around on this little D-pad. Just to move your character. I don't know how I played this game back in the day. But, you know, I played Phantasy Star 2 a lot as well, and that game is also super slow, and has tons of encounters as well. It was a different world in the 90s. Barely, I don't even think that was 1 second. So yeah, I'm gonna look around again tonight. A couple of different condos. There's actually a condo that's right across the street from my job. Even has a nice view. But it doesn't have a stove. I really want a stove, like, you know, for baking stuff. And it doesn't... Where's the weapon shop? Down here. I hate skipping the great music. Move. Alright, bronze armor. So let's see here. MHP, MMP. I don't know what any of these mean. Maximum hit points, maximum magic points. Armor class, I guess, is AC is probably armor class. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's now 82. Alright. Alright, we'll go. Let's heal up. But also the apartment that I liked, it had a washer and dryer. I mean, it has three bedrooms. Granted, one of the bedrooms is really quite small. Like it's barely a bedroom. It's really living room, dining room, and 2 bedrooms, and then a study. Has 2 balconies. 2 small-ish balcony. Well, yeah, they're not huge, but it's kind of cool that there's 2 of them because you can, set up a little table and chair outside. For one of them, it's just it's nice. And it was within my budget, but it's taken. So this other apartment that I found that's right across from work, I didn't talk to this lady that's, oh no, it's her. It's also nice. It's got a great view, pretty good size. So these guys still take off like a bit of HP. So, oh, I leveled up. Great. Now I'm at 132. So at least the levels levels up in this game are pretty generous early on, because I'm only level 3, level 4. I think level 4 now. I'm just gonna go save really quickly. So this new apartment is really nice. I can actually see where I work, like out the living room window, which some people would probably hate, but doesn't bother me. But the kitchen in it is huge. Like there's some good things about it. But the 2 things that I hate, and this is kind of petty, but I hate it. My favorite color is purple. And the living room has one wall that is painted purple. Now I love purple, but I look at this wall and I'm like, ugh, that looks awful. This is the cave where I found the ring. So I don't know. I just have a feeling that there's not going to be anything in here. So one of the rooms has this bright purple wall. The other room, one of the living rooms... map, okay. Yeah, this was a waste of a lantern. Good job, me. Well, if we're here, we might as well see if there's any other treasure chests that we missed. The other wall is painted orange. Orange. Who paints a wall orange? It just looks awful. So I really don't want that apartment just for that reason alone. So, you know, we'll continue the search, but I just really want this other place. It's really nice. I might look for some apartments at, you know, near a different MRT station. I really like being close to work. Up there is where I found the ring. So, yeah, I wasted my lantern by coming in here. But so be it. We're getting experience points, we're getting money. Not a lot of money, but, you know, we're getting stuff. And I'm trying to fight everything that I can, which is not something that I always did in the early days of my RPG playing. So I'm just going to be a little bit reckless. I remember these guys were kind of hard before. Ooh, lots of them. They still take a lot of hits, but they don't do as much damage now, so. That took me up to $362, so we're doing a little bit better. Let's go back up to this other town. I need to talk to the king. I probably misunderstood the directions of where I needed to go. I need to get another lantern anyway. But it's really nice. Like right now, I don't live, I mean, I don't live far away from work, but I don't live close. If I ride my bicycle to work, which I usually do on Sundays when I go in for a few hours, um, it takes about 10 minutes, um, 13 minutes, 10 to 13 minutes. When I walk home, because sometimes I would walk home, 20 minutes. And usually after work I take a taxi home, which is like 9 minutes. It's just a little bit faster than cycling. Well, where do I need to go? Let's talk to some people. Go west to gain experience and treasure, which I've already done. Although I probably need a little bit more. Oh, now I have the map. Okay, well. Okay, alright, now I've got... Alright, so I need to go east. Let's... So next level is 1540. Let's try to make it to level 5 and get some better armor. I'm sure one of those spells, at least I hope it does, would take me out of a dungeon. Alright. Oh, I could get an iron sword. I don't think I have that. And I think I'll skip the metal armor just in favor of getting the scale armor. That would make more sense. Sharp sword is 800, so that's double the price. I've got 407. Let's double our money and get that sharp sword. But yeah, if I got that condo that was directly across from work, I mean, literally it would be like I just crossed the street and I'm at work, which is pretty awesome. Actually, let's go over here where there's some more dangerous monsters. Actually, let's be safe and save the game. Maybe I did save the game, I can't remember. See, all I did was spin around. if going east is a bunch of those wizards, I know I can't fight those guys yet. Again, just being reckless. What is this? Come on, come here. Everything moves so haphazardly. So it's like 5 hits. Probably if I get the sharp sword. $48. Let's just walk back and forth here. These guys. Yikes. These guys are dangerous. If there's a lot of these, which there are, God, they're so, like, they move faster than I do. Those guys take off like 20 hit points. I want to just like try to fight one of them. Oh crap. And there we go. And then they take half your money when you die. So, what do? We reset our console. Good thing we saved. Oops. And there's no way to back out of this screen. I hate how they put new first. So we reset our console again. I always loved, I remember thinking the Genesis was so cool because of the parallax scrolling. I didn't know it was called parallax scrolling at the time, but I remember like seeing this and going, damn, that looks so cool, and you know, playing Mystic Defender and all of these games and just loving how it looked. I still love how it looks. I know a lot of people like the Super Nintendo more, and I get it. I totally do. But to me, maybe because the Genesis was my first 16-bit system, the Genesis, I think it was superior. I think it sounded better. I think the graphics were better. It had better games, with the exception of a few, you know, like Final Fantasy 6 or 3 or you know, whatever you want to call it. I mean, for me, probably the only games on Super Nintendo Final Fantasy 3 and Super Metroid and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins. I feel like the SNES one is Super Ghosts and Goblins. Those, to me, are the only 3 games that are really good. Or at least, you know, good for me. Everybody's different. But those were my 3 games. Now, it doesn't mean I didn't like other games. I loved Castlevania 4. It's a really fun game. Is it a classic to me? No. Is this game a classic to me? Yes. Which game would I rather replay from start to finish? This one or Castlevania 4? Castlevania 4. Because it, objectively, is the better game. It really is. This is the more unique game. This is more experimental. It took a risk. Castlevania 4 is just Castlevania again. Can you pause here? Oh yeah, you can't pause on this screen. That's another problem with this game. I remember you couldn't pause during the boss fights. Which, what is that all about? How do you make boss fights in 1990, the year of our Lord 1990, and not have pause? What is this, Dark Souls? Oh my god, this game is the first Souls-like. What other... I can't think of any other classic Super Nintendo games for me personally. Again, I know it's different for a lot of people who might have enjoyed Final Fantasy II, A Link to the Past. Which again, I mean, I played A Link to the Past, but I wasn't blown away by it. I just thought, you know, it's Zelda, but longer. I still think... I thought at that time, and I still think now, the first 2 Zelda games, they're the best, for me. And I think here's the key difference. The reason why I don't look back at Link to the Past, good grief, as favorably is I just hated all of the puzzles. And maybe I've said this in a previous video before. I'm not against puzzles, but when I liked the exploration in the first Zelda. I liked that there were a lot of fights in it. The dungeons, like the puzzles, were secondary. You cleared out the enemies and then you figured out the puzzles, and they were all like, they weren't head scratchers. They were all basically just a variation of the same puzzle repeated over and over until you got to the second quest, and then they changed a bit, but again, it was still like a variation of the same sort of thing. Which block do you move? Which wall can you walk through? See, I immediately pressed right because I wanted to go right, but I just end up spinning around. I hate having to see that guy every time. And these guys I can't fight yet. And there's always too many of them. But I like Zelda 2 a little bit better. I just think, I don't know, I love Zelda 2 in the same way that I love Castlevania 2. I actually started a playthrough of Castlevania 2 again, which I might stream eventually. I should, because again, I love that game. Probably my favorite Castlevania game. Super flawed, but great game. Now, classics on the Genesis. Revenge of Shinobi. Phantasy Star 2 and 4. Ghouls and Ghosts. Sonic the Hedgehog. I know a lot of... I'm not a big Sonic fan, although I played it when it came out. I never owned it, but I did borrow it from friends. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I liked it. It was fun. I never liked it enough to want to buy it, but I did think it was a really cool game. I think it's just by that time I had stopped playing video games for a bit, because I believe Sonic came out when I was in grade 10, and I barely played. That's essentially when I stopped playing video games for quite a while, was grade 10. I want to try to kill these irritating things. I don't think they give that much money. Oh, I'm up at 800 now, so that's good. Alright, let's go get a good sword. Yeah. Oh, but I only have 808. Let's save first. Oops. Just in case, because you never know if you're gonna die. But yeah, and I've said this before, I can't really think of too many games that I played from grades 10 and 11. I did play some games in grade 12 when I got my Super Nintendo. But yeah, it wasn't really that many. So I think, yeah, it's just by that time, the reason I never owned Sonic was because I'd just kind of outgrown video games at that time. Well, I don't want to say outgrown, because, I mean, I'm an old man now, and clearly I'm 50 years old as of this recording. Although I am very fortunate to not look 50 years old. People still think I'm 30, like 35 or something. So I'm very lucky in that regard. Kids, if you're watching, exercise and take care of your body. Don't smoke. And most importantly, never get married and have children. And you'll do just fine. Okay, see, now I'm down to 19. This makes it good enough for me to stay at an inn and buy the stuff that I need. So anyway, yeah, I hadn't outgrown video games at that time. It's just that I had other things on my mind. Basically chasing girls. And every bit of extra money that I had really went to buying CDs and cassettes. I had started getting into music pretty heavily in 8th grade. The Cure, Dead Kennedys, Depeche Mode, you know, all those bands. And so any money that I had went to music, going to concerts, that sort of thing. And video games just weren't really a part of that for me at that time. Okay, our strength now is 59. Okay, so it went up to 80. That's pretty significant. I wonder what the luck stat is. What does it do? And what does dexterity do? Like, my dexterity is really high, but I don't know what it does. And my condition is best, so hooray for that. So what other classic Genesis games? Okay, Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh gosh, how could I forget? Like, Golden Axe? Not a perfect game. I mean, it's really basic. It's definitely first generation Genesis. Still a great game. But the true classics, the ones that I remember, you know, Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star 4, Ghouls and Ghosts, Mystic Defender, to a lesser extent, Thunder Force 2. I think subsequent Thunder Force games were better. I'm hoping these guys will go down in a hit. Wow, really? Still 2 hits? Wow. Why did I spend money on this sword again? Alright, let's go exploring a bit. I can't believe I bought a sword that literally does nothing. Like, it hasn't changed at all. I should have bought better armor, because these guys just annihilate me. I'm probably gonna die. I'm I'm gonna run away for now, because I just want to explore over in this area. Ugh, damn it. It's so frustrating when I want to push left or right just to go, and I need to push up. There's the cave. Let's go down. Only one. Still takes 2 hits. Oh, this is so unnecessarily long. Like, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right. Left, up. Okay, so left, up, right, up, left, up, right, up. Like, it's just so frustrating. Oh, here's something new. Holy crap! I don't remember enemies being so fast. Like, literally, that's just you're screwed. Good grief. I mean, I suppose I could use an herb, but I need to save those for the dungeons. Okay, well, at least I'm level 5 now. Alright, I'm going to head back to the town. Okay. How much money? Okay, that's not for nothing. Eeh, yeah, ah. Look at that, down to 127 HP. Wow, it only took 1 hit. Ugh, these guys. God damn. Sorry, I don't mean to... I don't like swearing a whole lot. Ugh. 3 hits. Alright. I think we'll end it there. Yeah, this game, man. It's, I don't know. Do I want... Do I want to play this game more? Like, I think it's gonna kind of drive me nuts. But I'm not gonna deny that I'm having a little bit of fun playing it. But I think that fun comes mostly from the commentary and the eventual interactions that I will have with people in the comments as the channel grows, if it grows. I did get a subscriber today, so now I have 2. Because like I said, I am not doing anything to promote this. My friends don't know that I do this. I'm not that I'm intentionally keeping it a secret, but I'm more interested in how things grow organically. And again, I just kind of do this for me. Um, I think since I suffered my spinal fracture, as I have been healing from that, um, getting out, doing exercises, all of these little things. I was facing some pretty major depression for a bit. And what I have found in doing streaming and playing older games like this um, is that I find it kind of therapeutic, if you will. So there's there's a lot to keep in mind. I just wanted to see if there's any settings. So like there's audio settings, room settings, extras, trophies, challenges, leaderboards. I don't care about that. Um, what are the room settings? Hide room labels, time of day. What is... Oh, okay. Yeah, I want it on auto. Um, but yeah, there is a therapy to this of just sort of talking to yourself. I've already been interacting with a couple of people in comment sections, people that aren't subscribed, and that's fine. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, subscribe. No, I don't care because I don't. There's a lot of channels that I watch pretty religiously, and I don't subscribe to them. I do eventually if they produce videos that I really like. Um, but if they constantly beg me to subscribe, I don't subscribe because it drives me nuts to hear that like in every single video. So, yeah. Um, so that's why I'm not really doing any of this, and this is all for me to enjoy, and hopefully for you to enjoy. I do hope that you like it. Um, so there's that. Um, I will log off now because it is March 5th in the United States, and there's supposed to be the demo available for Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, and I've checked the PlayStation Store like 4 times, and it's still not up yet. So I'm hoping it's up. I'm gonna go wash dishes. It's Pizza Friday, so I need to put my leftover pizza in the... I'm gonna wrap it up in foil and freeze it to save for another day. And then hopefully, if Crimson Butterfly is available, I want to play the demo because I've never played a Fatal Frame game, and I want to see if it's something I might be interested in picking up. So we'll see. But I might be back on here streaming again soon. But if not, and depending on whenever you watch this video, I don't know. You're probably not going to directly watch the next video after this. So anyway, uh, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day or night, wherever you are, and of course, whenever you are. Take care out there.